4 people.
Hi, Judge. As you like to say, you're muted, so if you want to keep on staying muted, I'll have to talk very loudly. Who would like to start with today?
Whoever Kyle Shaw represents.
Okay, let's
That
look.
would be Todd Allen.
All right, Alan, do you remember have a seat for me?
I think that's hilarious. All right. Just one case?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's the case. Okay. And I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. I have reviewed it. Did you want to call your client to testify?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Allen, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn.
Yes, sir.
Swear or affirm testimony you have to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Todd.
Morning.
You understand that we're here today to try to get you a mental health bond and get you out of jail here.
Yes, sir.
All right. I've got a few questions about your mental health background that'll help the judge in making that decision. Can you start by telling us what your mental health diagnosis is?
Bipolar schizophrenia and PTSD.
And do you recall how long ago it was that you were diagnosed with that?
Back when I was 14 years old.
15. And have you received care for those conditions over the years?
When I was 15, I was inpatient treatment. And then after that, I was getting medications, but the medications weren't working. So on and off, I would go to Metro Care.
Okay. Have you ever gone through Life Path up here in Collin County?
No, sir.
Okay. And what medications do you normally take?
I'm on Zoloft, Zyprexa, and there's one more that I don't know of, sir.
Okay. And do they typically help you with your mental health conditions?
Yes, sir. But I still hear some voices. And they just started me on the Zyprexa last week.
Okay. So those medications that you mentioned, is that what they're giving you in the jail, or is that what you normally take?
They're giving it to me.
They're giving it to you?
Yes, sir.
What do you normally take when you're not in jail?
It varies because of the fact that they can't get my medications correctly.
Okay. Have you had issues in the past staying on the medications and being compliant with them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, the judge can help you with that. He's got resources available, but if he gives you this bond, it's going to be a condition of the bond that you take any kind of medications that are prescribed to you, whether it's MetroCare or LifePath, as directed. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. And do you receive any kind of disability?
No, sir.
Have you ever applied for it?
Yes, sir, one time, and they denied me, and I never tried again.
Okay. If you're released on this mental health bond, you're going to have to come to court and do what's called a bond check-in periodically. How would you get to court for those bond check-ins?
I would have my stepmother come bring me.
Okay. And is she willing to do that?
Yes, sir. She's
Where
willing to
will
do
you
anything.
live? I'm sorry, go ahead.
She's willing to do anything to help me.
Okay. Where would you live?
In Plano,
Okay. With who?
I'd stay with her for a little bit until I can get my life correctly.
Okay. And she's told you that she's willing to let you do that?
Yes, sir. But I'd like to go to inpatient treatment if I can.
Okay. Well, you understand you have a Dallas hold on you, right?
Yes, sir.
So if Judge Baxter grants this bond, you'll go down to Dallas, and then, you know, you'll have to take care of stuff there, and then you'll get out. And at that point, he may be able to help you with some kind of inpatient treatment.
Yes, sir. I understand completely, sir.
And so you're willing to comply with all those potential conditions of this bond?
Yes, sir, I am.
I'll pass the witness.
Any questions from the state?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Mr. Allen, do you feel like the medication you're receiving in jail is helping you?
Yes, sir. But I would like to up the Zyprexa a little bit because I'm still hearing the mumbling, but it's not, you know, the voices aren't really coming through like they were before.
And I know in your mental health assessment, it talks about past suicide attempts. When would you say your last suicide attempt was?
June the 9th.
Of 5 days ago, or from 5 days ago?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When would you say the one?
The fact that I was the medication that they had me on in the mornings wasn't helping me at all, sir. And I told the officer about it, and the officer had turned around and said, well, wait until the nurse comes. Well, the nurse didn't come until that night, and I needed help then. So I went ahead and I told him that I wanted to commit suicide to go ahead and get, my medications correctly.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
The officers that were there working the 1A, they really didn't want to help. They really don't want to help you, as far as, getting you correct.
Anything else from the defendant?
Yes, Judge. Todd, did you attempt suicide on that occasion, or were you just
No,
feeling suicidal?
I actually found a piece of metal in my room and I was trying to cut. Yes, sir. Because of the fact that voices were overcoming me, over talking, and the officers didn't want to help me. The officers aren't in the pod. You're locked down 23 hours a day. You're only allowed out for an hour.
But you're doing better with the voices now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm actually in a pod where I can watch TV, I can draw, I can write letters, which I've been doing a lot of that lately. I've been actually got back into drawing again. I got back into doing portraits like the one I showed you of my son. Yeah, I got back into doing that again. And it's been, helping me as well.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
No further questions from the defense, Judge.
Anything else from the state?
I just have a moment to read his criminal history into the record.
One moment, please.
In 2005, he was arrested for sexual assault of a child under or 12 years or older. That was reduced to child abuse, a third-degree felony, and he was sentenced to 3 years on that. And then most recently, or after that, in 2009, he was arrested for ag assault with a deadly weapon and given 8 years deferred. In 2010, he was arrested for evading arrest and given 39 days jail. In that same incident, he was arrested for a Class B theft and also given 39 days jail. And then in 2018, he was arrested for fail to ID and given 25 days jail. And then in 2019, he was arrested for driving while intoxicated with a child under 15 years old and sentenced to 180 days jail. In 2020, he was arrested for terroristic threat of a family or household and sentenced to 30 days jail. And then in 2021, he was arrested for criminal trespass, and that case was ultimately dismissed. Later on in 2021, he was arrested for assault of a pregnant person and given 3 years deferred. And then in 2021, later on again, he was arrested for fail to ID, and that case was eventually dismissed before his current case is here today.
Anything else?
State rests.
Hey, Mr. Shaw.
Any argument from the state?
Due to his criminal history and the mental health assessment, we would oppose a PR bond at this time.
Yeah, I think the criminal history is too much. I'm going to deny bond this time. You can talk about getting a regular bond at some point, but I don't think this is the appropriate bond in this case. Good luck.
Hey, Mr. Shaw. With all due respect, I'm a victim of identity theft, and that sexual case ain't mine. So I don't know what is going on my record. So I'm a victim of identity theft.
He'll come out and talk to you at some point.
Majority of them charges are not mine.
Todd, I'll talk to you, okay?
I have to literally get
Todd,
arrested.
let's get off the record and out of the courtroom, and I'll talk to you more about it, okay?
Yeah, because you're gonna have to straighten this shit out.
Okay, just have a seat for me, okay?
All
All
right.
right. That's enough. That's enough.
Can we have whoever Maria Two's representing?
Who?
Maria Two's,
Okay.
what is it? Luxembourg.
Luxembourg. Put down.
All right. Just one case or more than one? Just
It looks
one?
like just one, Judge.
All right, perfect. The bond didn't come up, the notice of hearing came up. Yeah, what's in the queue is the notice of hearing, not the bond. I do have a copy of the mental health assessment, though I'm going to consider that for the purpose of this hearing. Did you want to call your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Luxembourg, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn, do you swear or affirm testimony about to give be truth, the whole truth, nothing but true stuff you got?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nicole, I'm sorry, Lauren, can you tell the judge what are your current mental illness that you are facing?
Yes, ma'am. So I have major depressive disorder, anxiety, PTSD, and severe insomnia.
Are you currently on any type of prescription?
Yes, ma'am. Would you like me to tell you the medications that I'm being prescribed in jail or the medications I get prescribed outside of Collin County?
Why don't you do both separately?
Okay, so the medications that I'm prescribed outside of Collin County is Zoloft, Buspar, gabapentin, and Zolpidem and Seroquel. The ones that I am taking in Collin County are my Zoloft, Buspar. These are mental health medications, and they started me on a medication for night terrors. Excuse me, I'm trying to remember the name. Prazosin.
Okay. So how long have you been taking prescription medication for your mental illness?
Since I was 16. We had to switch. I started taking Prozac, but I had to switch my medications. I'm now 30 years old. So since I was diagnosed with those disorders, we've had to change up my medications to get it right. And the medications that I take on the outside, right now, it regulates me. I'm able to
Function?
yes, function.
So you do understand that you're currently faced with a assault charge, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. That's what
And the alleged victim is your family member, right? Is it your mother?
yes, I was also the victim of assault.
So we're not going to be talking about your case. We're just going to be dealing with the fact that you are facing criminal charge. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you're currently also facing another charge in Dallas.
That is correct.
Okay. And so there's currently a hole for you in Dallas. Is that right?
That's correct.
What is the charge in Dallas?
It's a possession charge.
I see.
I failed to.
Is it a drug? Is it drug case?
It was prescription medication that was not in the correct bottle.
Got it. Okay. So at this time, you do understand that the mental health bond basically allows you, if the judge grants it, allows you to be released from the jail, but you are under several conditions while you're on bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, the case manager did tell me about staying on my medication, checking in every week, and a monthly check-in in person.
Got it. And so at this, are you willing to do that, first of all?
Absolutely.
And can you tell the judge where do you plan to stay after if you are released on the mental health bond, and when you are released on it, ultimately on a PR bond?
Well, so I won't be able to go back to my place of residence for 31 days when it was issued. So depending on when I am released, I will be able to return to that place of residence. I have some resources. I actually was just in programs right now of some, not necessarily shelters, but I can work at this Christian organization. I have a friend I can stay with, but I just know that I don't need to go back to the same place.
Okay. And have you talked to your mother regarding either going home or staying outside of the home?
So she is willing to have me there. I'm trying to make that choice whether or not I want to go there. If I am released before that protection order is up, I know that I have to get a police escort because otherwise I could end up back in here.
Right.
For, yeah. So she's willing. I have spoken to her. She's willing to have me back. She wants me back. I just don't necessarily know if that's where I need to be.
So how would you transport yourself to court and to any type of obligations that you need to fulfill?
So I'm able, right now I don't have a car. I'm able to take the bus or get a ride, or I work, so I can get a lift.
All right. At this point, you also have a private provider for your treatment. Is that right?
At the moment, I do have a private provider. In the past, I've used Metrocare, but since I have my insurance now, I have a private provider. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is that the Dr. Kimberly Jones?
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Kimberly Jones.
And the friends that you were talking about who might be helping you out, what is that person's name?
His name is Stephen Swinson.
And will he be willing to transport you for court?
Yes. Yes.
How about going to get treatment and prescription medication?
Yes, he's willing to do that. And like I said, I'm also willing to get myself there if he's not able to. But he when I spoke to him, he said, I hope you know if you ever have a court appearance again, you can call me and have.
All right. So how you've been in jail since what, June 1st?
Yeah, I was in Richardson Police Department the 29th.
On the 29th. Okay. So you've been in jail since the May 29th of this year.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Pass the witness, John.
Any questions from the state?
Just briefly, Your Honor, and I apologize if I misunderstood or I guess didn't hear Ms. Luxembourg. So if you are released on the PR bond before the protective order is up and before that 31 days, where would you end up going?
There are a number of resources that I have received. I also can stay with a friend.
But you don't, so as of right now, you don't know exactly where you're going if you were to get out.
No, I don't know exactly where I'm going to go because I didn't know if I was going to be, I didn't know when I was going to have this hearing. I've just been praying about it. And I just received resources. And when I spoke to the case manager, he said he would provide that in my package. There is a place I can go when I get out. I do not know where that
and you have been receiving medication while you've been in jail?
Yes, not all of my medications, but yes, I am receiving medications.
Do you feel like it's helping you?
Yes, I do feel like it's helping me. I definitely need my Neurontin and my sleeping medication, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the night terror medication has been helping, like amazing.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defendant?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from the state?
I'd just like to read her criminal history into the record.
Okay.
In 2013, she was arrested for possession of a controlled substance, misdemeanor class A, and given 30 days jail. In 2014, she was arrested for ag assault of a family member or household with a weapon, and that case she was released without prosecution in that case. In 2016, she was arrested for fail to ID, class B, and given 8 days jail. And then in 2015, she was arrested for possession of a controlled substance category 1, under 1 gram, a state jail felony. And through 1244B, that was reduced to a class A misdemeanor where she was given 25 days before her current case is here today. And the state rests.
Any argument from the state?
I would just, as of right now, it doesn't necessarily seem like she has a full plan set in place. And due to that, the nature of the offense, I would oppose a PR bond at this time.
Ms. Luxembourg, I'm going to go ahead and give you a PR bond. You do need to figure out where you're going to live, though. I think you have some places, some options, but you'll be required to check in with Tony every week. Let her know how you're doing. Let her know what you're doing. You might have to go to Dallas, I guess, first, since there's something hold for you in Dallas. So the second you get out of Dallas, when you do, make sure you call Tony and let her know you're out and ready to start doing this bond. Okay.
Okay,
And then once a month, you'll come see me because of your past history. You expect to be drug tested when you show up here. Okay.
okay,
And when you check in with Tony, she'll let you know what you need to do and how you need to do it and when you need to be here. Because if you're going to be drug tested that week, we're going to have you come earlier than the rest of the people. Okay.
okay. And Your Honor, when I go to Dallas, I don't need to contact anyone. Just wait till I'm arraigned on the possession charge.
Yeah, we'll know you're in Dallas when you
Okay.
sit down there. We'll be checking on your cases. Okay. Tony,
Okay.
do you want to share anything?
Yes, thank you, Judge Lauren. I have a thing where I can sign up and it'll let me know when you get released from Dallas. So it's really important that you contact me. Let me know where you're staying, where you're going to go to your doctor, and so that we can make sure that you stay compliant with the bond, okay?
Okay,
All right, and when you get released to Dallas, you should have in your property a card with my name and phone number on it. If not, when you get out, you can contact your attorney. She has my number.
okay, wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Your Honor.
All
I'll
right.
see you sometime, maybe next month, maybe the next one. Just depends on when you get out of Dallas. Okay.
Okay, wonderful.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Lauren.
Bye. Bye.
Judge, may I be excused?
Yes. See you
Thank
later.
you. Bye.
Have one. John Roberts has a continued violence against family member. What's the other case? We know.
Assault, family violence, same complaining witness, 2
Okay.
different days.
Okay. All right, and I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. I'm going to consider that for the purpose of hearing. Did you want to call your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll call my client briefly.
If you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Ms.
You may
Roberts, would you please state your name for the record?
Thea Dawn Roberts.
Okay, Ms. Roberts, we're here today to determine if the court is going to grant you a mental health bond. We're not here to talk about the underlying offense. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your current offenses are assault against a family member. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Do you currently have a mental health diagnosis?
Yes.
And what is that diagnosis and or diagnoses?
Major depression, PTSD, and anxiety.
Do you currently have a treating provider, physician, or care plan?
Yes, I've been going to Life Path in Plano for over 10 years.
All right. And have you had any previous hospitalizations for your mental health disorders?
No, ma'am.
All right. With regards to any disability, are you currently receiving any Medicare, Medicaid, or SSI?
Medicaid and SSI.
And are you able to receive those benefits while in jail?
I haven't.
Okay, so you're not able to receive your SSI in jail, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You've had an opportunity to visit with one of our social workers with regards to an action plan or a plan of treatment. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You will be residing at 2550 North Central Expressway in Plano 75074. You'll be continuing your treatment plan at Life Path. Is that correct?
Ma'am.
You have provided the mental health office with the name of a friend who will make sure that you're transported to and from all future appointments.
Yes, ma'am.
And you will follow any and all bond conditions, including no contact with the complaining witness, if so continued to be ordered by this court.
Yes, ma'am.
At this point, do you believe that you're able to receive all the medical care and treatment that you currently need while incarcerated?
While incarcerated?
Yes, ma'am.
No. I haven't been receiving any. I haven't slept since I've been here. The 26 days I've been here.
Okay. And you've requested several medical appointments with medical at the jail. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you've been unable to see them as often as you need. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At this time, Your Honor, I'll pass the witness.
Any questions from the state?
No questions, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defendant?
No, Your Honor, the defense rests.
Okay. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any argument from the state?
At this time, due to the nature of the allegations and pending charges and her mental health assessment, we would oppose the PR bond at this time.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you one though, Ms. Roberts, and expect you to do what you said you're going to do. You're going to have to stay away from the person that's complaining, number one, but you'll come see me once a month. You will talk to Tony every week, let her know how you're doing. You got to stay on your medications, get counseling. If they want you taken or seeing a doctor or whatever, you got to go do that. Okay. I think it's going to be, is it Life Path?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So and you know how to deal with Life Path, right?
Yes, I have a nurse practitioner and a caseworker there that I see regularly.
Okay. All right. So we'll expect you to be compliant with the bond conditions. Okay. It's a free bond, but it's not really a free bond because you got to do a bunch of things. Okay.
I understand.
Tony, do you want to share anything with her?
Just a couple of things, Judge. Tia, I just wanted to touch base with you, let you know that when you get released, you'll receive a folder, and in that folder, there's going to be a card with my contact information. You're going to contact me tomorrow so we can discuss what you need to be doing so that I can help assist you in not going back to jail and staying compliant on the bond. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
All right. I may see you. I don't know when our next check-in is for you. It'll probably be July 14th. Okay.
Okay.
And so I'll see you on July 14th. Tony will let you know what time to be here. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you,
Y'all.
everyone.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
See
you,
y'all
Judge.
later.
Thank you.